Typhoon Studios is a Canadian game studio that's comprised of talent from the AAA gaming industry. The 27 individuals who work at the studio have been involved with projects at Ubisoft and EA. Considering this, it isn't a surprise that their premiere project, Journey to the Savage Planet, makes a strong first impression, with a few caveats. In Journey to the Savage Planet, you play as a member of the space exploration company Kindred Aerospace. Your mission is to find out whether or not ARY-26, the planet that you've crash-landed on, is able to be inhabited by human beings. As you explore the planet, scanning and shooting various wildlife, you begin to learn more about the planet's rich history and attempt to uncover the mysteries of its previous inhabitants. When you die in Journey to the Savage Planet, you respawn as a clone. If you go back to the place where you died, you're able to shamefully bury your own body. This is an example of the more subtle humor that's present in the game. Yet, Journey to the Savage Planet mostly prides itself in jokes that aren't subtle. There's more than enough fart jokes and crude humor to entertain younger players, but I particularly enjoyed the over-the-top Martin Tweed, the CEO of Kindred Aerospace, as a scathing satire on capitalism. There are also elaborate and well-edited videos that play in your ship, serving as in-universe commercials which parody paid product placement. Overall, it's an interesting utilization of full motion video and humor, one that contributes to Journey to the Savage Planet's overall personality. Another significant portion of the game's personality comes from the design of ARY-26 and the creatures that call it home. They're just as satisfying and silly to watch as they are to blow up with your pistol. It's inherently more interesting than those of the randomly generated variety found in No Man's Sky, and I found myself interacting with the wildlife just to view their peaceful behaviors. There are elements from survival, exploratory, and shooting games that are present in Journey to the Savage Planet. On ARY-26, you are able to find and collect resources that are then used to upgrade different parts of your suit and your pistol. Every time you die, you lose all the resources that haven't already been deposited to your ship. If you track down where you perished, you can do the whole shamefully bury your body thing to gain resources that were originally on your person, with a few extras. There are some resources that you don't grind out and are instead only attained through puzzle solving or upgraded abilities. Alien alloy is one of these materials and is used to unlock more abilities, with the various deposits of orange goo having the ability to increase your stamina and health. Essentially, think of them as the extraneous weapon and health upgrades that you can find in Super Metroid or any other Metroidvania title when you dig deeper into the map. Combat is perhaps the weakest part of Journey to the Savage Planet. The standard pistol is largely uninteresting to shoot, and fighting enemies ends up becoming more of a chore rather than a fun addition to the overall gameplay experience. I found myself continuously frustrated when my shot wasn't lining up with obvious weak points, or when I had my back turned during a boss's critical attack. Typhoon Studios certainly tries to liven up the combat with grenades that can bind enemies and the ability to do an aerial stomp, yet you can sense that overall, this pillar of the game design seems more out of obligation. I did have fun throwing food on a creature and having various other creatures attack them as a result. My most enjoyable moments with Journey to the Savage Planet, however, came from the moments of calm that the game allotted towards the beginning. Since there isn't a lot of action nor harsh survival mechanics, I was able to soak in the warm colors and the weird designs of the flora. I would toss a can of grog to a group of puffer birds and watch them eat, of course kicking them like soccer balls immediately after. Journey to the Savage Planet is gorgeous, and it excels thanks to an atmosphere that keeps you wanting to explore. Overall, Typhoon Studios' premier title finds greatness from the gameplay design in its DNA and its laid-back atmosphere, hitting the marks in these areas thanks to a smartly smaller scope. However, it can't escape the need to try and be like other larger budget video games and falters as an action game. Still, the pros greatly outweigh the cons if this unique type of game is something you think you would be into. Personally, I can't wait to jump back into its brightly silly world with a co-op partner.